Good morning everyone, today is another NIKKE video and we're going to be talking about the Wildcat co-op event that's going on right now because there's a lot of people that are hindering each other while doing this event and that way you don't get the max score. So in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys some tips so that you can always max out the score and maximize the rewards that you get from this event. So first things first, and that is of course how do you even get to this multiplayer thing? You have to go to the event tab over here and right here Wildcat Engine. You're going to click on this. Once you're in this menu over here you can click on Start Matchmaking and it'll automatically find a party for you, or you can actually create your own party and play with your friends. Now in the bottom left corner over here is the event currency. You can see that I have 3,600 because I did all 3 attempts and I maxed out the score on all of them. And when you click on the recycling shop, you'll notice here there is a bunch of goodies. Now, I know a lot of people, myself included, will be tempted to try to pick up the 500 gems. However, personally, I don't think the 500 gems is really worth it. I personally would go for the credits because it only costs 10 of the event currency. For 10,000 credits, you can actually max out a lot of money. Or if you hit the mid game already and you're like at chapter 10-ish, then you might want to look at the battle data set or the core dust, the 12-hour versions, because this can really help accelerate your progress through the campaign, especially when you've hit mid game and you kind of hit a wall where you're progressing like 1 stage a day or something. You know, having all of this extra battle data as well as core dust will definitely help quite a bit so that you don't need to wait an entire day or half a day or whatever before you can beat another stage. You could just pop a bunch of these, superpower all of your NIKKEs, and progress through the story really easily. However, I just want to remind everyone that NIKKE is a casual game, and on top of that it is an idle game, so you don't need to stress too much on what you want to pick. Just pick whatever the heck you want, to be honest. But now to talk about the reward information over here. As you can see here, based on the amount of damage you deal to the boss will determine how much of this event currency you get, and it maxes out at 3,601,000 damage, and you'll get 1,200 of this event currency, and you could do this 3 times a day, which means you can get a maximum of 3,600 of this event currency every single day. Now you've only got 3 days to do this, so this means that you will not be able to buy out the entire shop, so you do need to be a little bit careful and pick and choose what you actually need and what you actually want at the time. Now something I want to talk about is team composition. Team composition is key in this co-op mode. It doesn't matter if you have a super cracked out Scarlet or DPS unit because your level is scaled down for this event. As you can see over here, my Scarlet is scaled down. Even though my Scarlet is level 92 on my account, on this event it is scaled down. So what is most important is building a proper team composition so people complement each other. My #1 rule is if I see a Scarlet on my team, I will always try to pick Helm or anyone that provides a little bit of healing or lifesteal. The problem with Scarlet is she slowly kills herself the longer she's on the field DPSing, and that is a big problem that a lot of Scarlet players are gonna hit. Is I'm dealing tons of damage, I'm doing great, but I'm losing HP slowly but surely, and by the time you get to the very last phase, your Scarlet's on like 1 HP and anything can basically kill her. Even though she does the massive amounts of damage, she needs some sort of sustain, she needs some lifesteal, she needs some healing, she needs some shields, she needs something to keep her alive. So if you see a Scarlet on your team, check your different NIKKEs and see what choices you have which provide lifesteal. My personal #1 choice is going to be Helm, because the moment you activate your burst 3, Scarlet is just going to full heal from that because the sheer amount of damage she deals, so that is always a good choice. But of course, not everyone has Helm, so maybe someone in your team does have Helm, let them pick first and then you fill in the blanks. Now another very important thing is of course your burst 1s and burst 2s. Now I understand that everyone wants to go the big PP huge DPS, which are all the burst 3 characters, but remember, you can't actually activate your burst 3 if you don't have a burst 1 and a burst 2. So if you see 2 people lock in burst 3 DPS characters, it's okay. Just take a burst 2 or a burst 1. It's perfectly fine. Just provide the utility, because at the end of the day, you don't really care about the DPS meter. What you really care about is the amount of event currency that you get. So you want to set up your team for success. So if there's a Scarlet, make sure that you have some sustain. Make sure you either have some lifesteal or you have some heals so that you can sustain your DPS so that they can do their job in DPSing and carry the team to victory, and that way you get the maximum amount of points. Now on top of all of this, don't forget that this is fully manual. There is no autoplay here, so you do need to actually aim around and attack stuff, and you need to activate your burst. I was in a party where the burst 2 actually forgot that they needed to activate their burst 2, so we only got burst 1s and we never got the burst 2, which meant we couldn't activate our burst 3s, but luckily they realized that they needed to activate their burst manually halfway through the run, so we were still able able to full clear it. It was just a little bit rough for me because I was playing Scarlet and I was just slowly killing myself because that's what Scarlet does. But it was okay in the end. We still managed to full clear it and get maximum points. So in conclusion, this event is super fun. I highly recommend you guys to try. You don't have to find friends with this. I was able to pug all 3 runs very easily, other than the network issues. Like, you know, I started this the moment it got released and there were a lot of disconnection issues, but luckily if you get disconnected or if someone in your party gets disconnected, it doesn't consume the run, so it wasn't that bad. But it was a little bit annoying at the beginning. Hopefully by the time you guys watch this video and by the time you guys try it, they've ironed out all the network issues, and hopefully you guys can just have a smooth and enjoyable experience. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye. Can I say except you're welcome?